gentlemen, Ash Pearson, of course, performing Three Blind Mice. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Welcome down, everybody, to this week's riveting episode of The Drum Department. Today, we got Jared Falk, we got Brandon Taze, we got moi, and we have Ash Pearson. Currently, Revocation is the band, yes?
Yes.
Awesome.
You got it.
And we're talking about blast beats.
In every genre.
In every genre.
Every
Absolutely.
genre.
Because drummers, we like to borrow things, right? Like you learn a cool lick that's like in the jazz world, like a blues step probably is kind of a jazzy lick. But we put it in rock stuff, we put it in fusion, we put it in all kinds of things. Pop tunes have blues steps, I'm sure, right?
Ash plays blues in metal all the time, right?
I do. In fact, I only exclusively play blues.
That's why they hired you.
Yeah, it's just I permeate them and modulate them, so you just don't recognize.
They're almost unrecognizable.
Exactly.
In any key.
It's all blush stuff.
Ash, though, you should just give people a little primer on who you are. You're like a seasoned pro, touring the world. You just got back from tour, did you not?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I was just in Mexico for a week, in case you couldn't tell by this shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is pretty cool. Make sure you get that there. That's pretty cool.
Is that a band shirt or something?
No, it's just like some classic kind of Mexican art.
You said make sure you get that. Where can I get it?
No, like I wanted to make sure the camera.
Where's the link?
I want to make sure the camera, got the full piece of art. Yeah. I was in Mexico, played a fest called the Hell in Heaven Fest, and it was a 3-day festival with Kiss, Judas Priest.
Really?
Really. The Pantera reunion happened.
Wow.
So
Nice.
that was the first time they had played since whenever, 20 some odd years.
Yeah.
And bunch of people played. Kitty, speaking of Drumeo alumni, Mercedes.
She was there too?
Yeah, she was there. There was tons of people, man. There was like architects. I should pull up the show poster actually, but there were so many great acts there. I mean, tons of people. The Scorpions
Nice.
with Mickey D on drums, and Slipknot was there.
What?
And it was great.
Just rubbing shoulders with the who's who in the metal scene. Hey?
Yeah, for sure. And then we turned it into a little vacation as well, played the show and then just stuck around for an extra week and, checked out some of Mexico City and everything. It was a great
you
trip.
in the band or you're...
Yeah, me and the band and my wife there. So,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is your first time here.
It's my first time, and I've actually never seen an episode of this before, so I don't even know the structure. So I'm hoping that the structure is.
Neither do we. It's fine.
I'm hoping that the structure is not that you guys beat the guest relentlessly with drumsticks over the head or anything.
We did that already.
That's halfway through
We
the
did that to
show.
Nick Collins.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been done, so I don't have to worry.
Yours probably
safe.
more involving fire and flame, we're thinking.
Oh, that's more up my alley for sure.
Safer.
Yeah.
Actually, so talking about, we'll get to blast beats in a second, but so touring on the road with a metal band, so Revocation would fall like, I guess you guys are a consistent touring act, playing it seems like the metal scene, there's a lot of like multi band bills on these events, other festivals,
Yeah.
even like your tours. I think there's like 5 or 6 bands a lot.
Yeah, I say 4 is like probably a healthy tour package, but I've been on ones where there's like 10 bands on a bill, and that's like, I mean, I like being around a lot of people and stuff, but I think that's like a little bit too many, to manage. There's that. I mean, that's 10 drum sets, dude.
Right.
In a club that's maybe like, I mean, even most clubs, like the Commodore Ballroom size, for example, for those of you from Vancouver who have been there, that's a pretty big club, but still, like, I don't think there's room for 10 drum sets at the Commodore. So
that's true.
Just logistically, it's, I think 4 is good. The show can start at a decent time and end at a decent time as well.
I imagine if you're doing 10 bands, like I imagine the openers are all doing like what, half hour, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time on the road for 20 minutes a day.
100%. And some of those bands, they come from like, the UK or something like that just to get a shot at playing 20 minutes in North America, right? So
Yeah. But Ash, like playing drums is kind of a side thing for you, right? It's like your main gig is more like acting in commercials, Pop-Tart commercials and stuff like that.
I would have shown that commercial had we been able
How
to.
could you not shown that?
I was hoping
Missed
you would mention
opportunity.
that.
I had it ready to go.
Well, you guys have played. You guys have played that before.
Have
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Okay.
As the intro.
We have.
Yeah. I think it was a Dave Atkinson and Ash, episode once upon a time, but he played it and he was just like, that was so good. And we just talked about it. Yeah.
That's a good
pretty good.
impression.
A good
That's
Dave?
so good.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
He's not with us anymore. So we
Really?
It was a good run.
yeah.
Well, I never really liked him. So
So
we love you, Dave.
consistent. Wow.
He's just gonna show up like right over there and peer in the glass.
oh, Dave, what are you doing? Was he? My ears are burning.
No, that was was it Pop-Tarts? No, it was Pizza Pockets. What was it?
And it was toaster strudels.
Toaster strudels.
Yeah, 21 years ago that was.
Love it. And
Man,
this is what can happen.
I got like $3,000 for that day, and I bought a drum set with it.
Oh, really?
Amazing.
Worth
That's
it.
a cool story.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So the other thing I wanted to quickly talk about, you were sharing on you do lots of stuff on the socials, on the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and all those things.
I think I'm slacking, but if
I
you
can't.
say
I don't know. Well, I follow like 3 people, and I think you're one of them.
Oh.
So
I'm honored.
you had the chance to do sound check with one of the bands that you were like a huge fan of.
Oh yeah, Cannibal Corpse.
Yes.
Perhaps
So-
you've heard of them.
So Cannibal Corpse, if you haven't checked them out,
Yeah.
the music is pretty heavy.
I won't name a single one of their songs or albums because I don't think I can swear on this program.
Ba-da-beep, and that beep.
Yeah.
So can you just give us a quick idea of how that happened? I mean, like a lot of situations like that, it's like clearly a last second situation, but
Yeah. I wish I had like even 10 minutes of a heads up because then I would have been able to smooth out a couple of the parts.
so what happened?
So we were in Houston, and they normally do they sound check every single day, and they normally sound check like 2 of 3 songs they have. They'll out of any of those 3 songs, they'll either do 2 in a day or whatever. But their drummer was out visiting a friend, Paul. My good friend Paul was out. I'm not sure where he was, but he wasn't there. And they were like, I was setting on my drums. They're like, oh man, Paul's not here. Ash, can you do the sound check? And I've liked Cannibal Corpse ever since I was a teenager, and I'd seen them a bunch of times, and whatever. And I was always a huge fan. And we're all good friends now, and this is our 3rd tour that we've done with them. But I've never played with them before, whatever. So long story short, I got up on Paul's kit and just sort of counted in. There's no click or nothing. I just sort of let it rip, and then I looked back at the footage and everything. I was like, ooh, damn, that sounded pretty good. I was pretty proud of how I ended up doing. I crashed and burned one part of the song because I didn't get a chance to review. So I was like, man, I kind of like dropped it. And then we all sort of stopped, but the song kept going with the guitars or whatever. And then I just like jumped back in to the flow of things and then just closed it out. And it was like, I don't know. It was one of the better like performing, just jamming experiences of my life. It all kind of just happened, out of nowhere. And I think word spread pretty quick because I think people were like, "Hey, Ash is playing with Cannibal right now. Ash is playing with Cannibal right now." Because like all my friends and all that stuff were on the side stage, just watching, just going like,
Phones everywhere.
"Oh yeah, yeah." So hey, man, it felt great, and I want to do it again. That'd be cool.
Did you get the nod from anybody in the band? They give you a look back and be like that.
I got the nod.
Nice.
I got the nod, I think.
And then afterwards it comes over like, Paul who?
No, Paul Mazurkowitz.
There it is.
He's the man, and I love him, and
That's
he's
amazing.
a killer drummer. But thank you.
Is
I
it
appreciate it.
in the? Maybe I shouldn't ask. Is it kind of like making out with someone's girlfriend or boyfriend in front of them when you're playing?
Mowing
their
someone
drum
else's
set
lawn?
on their band?
Yeah, I don't. They've been at it for so long. I'm sure they're probably like, it's always been his gig, and I'm pretty sure always will be. So I think it's just one of those things.
Pretty
like he's,
sure?
He's
Pretty sure.
Well, nobody ever.
Pretty sure.
Nobody
All right.
knows anything. Really, Yeah. I could have.
Heaven forbid something bad were to happen.
I could have swore Pantera would have never reunited.
You know what? Let's talk about that for a second. Did you see the show?
Yes.
Just lie and say yes. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You did see. No, you did. Did you actually saw it? Because I've seen online very mixed responses to that performance. Huge Pantera fans. I don't think they're ever going to be happy.
No one will
Yeah.
ever be fully satisfied. But that's obviously kind of like besides the point at this unless you can turn back time, nothing's really
Okay,
gonna.
I have two questions. Do you think the lineup they chose is the right one? And what did you think of the performance?
Yes, I'd say that's probably the right lineup they chose. And I thought that Charlie Benani did an excellent
So
job.
Charlie from Anthrax.
Anthrax.
And Zach Wilde.
Zach Wilde.
From
Black Label
Black Label
Society
Society,
and Ozzy Osbourne.
They
Yeah.
replaced the now departed.
Abbott Brothers.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Abbott Brothers. Yes.
Yeah, Vinny and Daryl.
Yeah.
Dimebag Daryl. And I mean, Zach was always the right choice, it seemed. And drummers was kind of like, who's that going to be? I thought it could have been Gene, because he can kind of do everything,
sure,
Gene
yeah.
Hoglan. But Charlie, man, I gotta say, he did an excellent job. Even just, it was their first performance or whatever for that reuniting gig or whatever. And man, I gotta say, I was like thoroughly impressed with his playing. How he adapted his playing to Pantera's music. He wasn't just sounded like he was trying to play Anthrax music in the style of Pantera.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he was just.
So he kind of split the difference between paying respect to Vinny's parts, made them his own, and kind of gave a bit of the audience him and a bit of the original, right?
Yeah. And Zach did the same thing in kind with the guitar side of things, I thought. So
He's got the right stage presence for that, that's for sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
You just need long hair and be able to play the
Do
guitar.
those pig squeal Les Paul.
Yeah, he kept those
Let me
at bay.
take my earphones out.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Offended
First one's
over here.
free.
All the listeners just tuned out.
Viewership just dropped.
Sorry, viewer.
Yeah.
Awesome. So good. So we're gonna talk about blast beats because that's something that's very prevalent in the music you play, and you've done tons of lessons actually on Drumeo on blast beats.
Yes.
And as we were talking earlier about borrowing, and blending styles, we don't really take a lot of stuff out of the metal genre, out of that bag, and put it into other styles,
That's true.
which is interesting. So, can you first of all explain to everybody, myself included, because I'm an idiot, what is a blast beat? What constitutes a blast beat?
Oh, a lot of notes in a short space.
So literally, like compressing.
There it is.
Yeah. It's a blast beat such as this. If I could just play. It's just a single stroke roll, 16th notes on the hands, 8th notes on the feet. It's just you're really just limited by how fast you can go. And then also by the coordination involved in playing said blast beat, because there's certain coordination elements you need to figure out, at least in order to play it in a certain style. And then there's the bomb blast, which is the opposite. It's 8th notes on the hands, 16th notes on the feet, with the 8th notes on the hands playing at the same time.
Okay,
In unison, such as this. So that's essentially a blast beat. Now there's different variations of blast beats, 16th note triplets, 8th note triplets, 16th, 30 seconds, just kind of different note values. You can do them in 5 too. We do one in Revocation that's in 5, just because the riff is in 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3.
Can you play that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
definitely,
Yeah,
for
you're-
sure.
you're all
So
saying-
it's
everyone's
off of a song called The Outer. It's called The Outer One. So, but.
Very good.
Man, I'm gonna be humming that song all the way home.
It's a catchy riff, man.
It is.
Just 5.
And what you're doing there too, though, is you're not it's not like you're marking 5 by leaving a space, or you're not going bada bada bada. You're accenting it, but you're keeping the blast all the way through that phrase.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And you know what? Another, because when you do so this is I think it's like a traditional blast beat where you're essentially just doing a single stroke roll. You can do the right foot on the right hand, and it essentially goes like this. Like a polka beat.
Yeah.
Polka. That's with one foot, but then I'll do. I think it's like a Euroblast maybe. I don't know. I get my terms mixed up. I have an idea in my head and I just play it, whatever. But it's you do it with 2 feet, instead of just one. So you end up doing like a bit of a duck walk thing. You're essentially going, and then you play the snare in between the feet. And that's kind of where it gets tricky for some people because it's a coordination
Interesting.
challenge, right?
Yep.
But in that song I just mentioned, I'll do the blast beat in 5 with that. So just to nerd out for half a
it's
sec.
going-
So I'll have to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the downbeat is like
Love it.
all of a sudden the left foot is what you need to,
Right.
you know. So in my head I kind of need to make sure I relax. I try and calm myself because I'm like, you know, I'm like, just pay attention to the riff and just know that the second time you hit the 5, your left foot is going to be the down beat, you know?
That's super cool.
And you know, and that's how you can take like something like basic maybe that you might know, because like maybe you know how to play a blast beat, and then like, but did you ever try doing it like that?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like how Gavin Harrison would say, like he'd teach like a million different ways to play a paradiddle or whatever, give you that mindset to like take something you already know and like make it a little bit more complicated for yourself. And that's something I was just like, why not? I'll just do it. It's in 5. And
I think you even switched hands when you were doing that a minute ago too. You were doing left hand on hats.
oh yeah, that was a bomb blast and then a Euro
Ah,
blast
see, there
or
you go.
whatever.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just to mix up. Anyways, go listen to the song. It's
What's it called again?
It's called The Outer Ones off of the record The Outer Ones.
And the band is?
By Revocation.
Then we can get it where?
Wherever you buy your music from.
Nice.
Wherever you stream it
Can I get it on vinyl?
You can get it on
Yes.
vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do a lot of people buy vinyl for metal albums?
Yeah.
They like the crackle sound?
Yeah.
Really?
The crackly sound. yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we sell vinyl on the road. People like it. You know.
Is it? Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's more just to put on their wall or shelf, or do they?
That's
or like,
true.
or
The
there's
album art's bigger.
metal
Yeah.
heads like putting it on the. I'll check out this, like trying to find the right.
Honestly, man, I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah?
You know? Yeah, because I know, especially like metal and rock people, you know, like even the people, say, who really loved Kiss back in the day, you know, part of their connection to the music was also the connection to the image of the album cover, what
Yeah.
that meant to them and stuff. And I have vinyls that I keep in little, you know, just on display in my place as well. I got a Rush. Like, you know, Hemisphere's 40th anniversary vinyl that I keep on my wall that is a really prized thing as well. So,
Cool.
yeah. And I honestly I just like the convenience of like just being able to listen to music wherever. So I don't always like celebrate sitting down listening to vinyl, but I do get it because I oftentimes really like the packaging and the art that they put into it, especially with all the like the different like marble colored vinyls that they can get, you know, it's like they can make it look like pretty cool. So that reminds me of what the listening experience was like back when you could actually buy physical product, you know. It got me excited as a kid. And
It's a cool piece of merch to own.
totally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's something extra to take home with you.
Yeah, like when I was staying at a house and they had a record player there and they had all these old records and it was something about going and putting it on. And just
It
like
requires
talking-
patience.
going
Yep.
mixing a cocktail, have a Manhattan, sit down and listen to music. It's very intentional, right?
Exact, totally, man. Yeah. You make a
The next
ritual out of
23
it.
minutes, you're not.
Yeah.
No skipping.
Yeah, and you got to
flip
flip
it.
the record when it's all
Yeah.
they go to the other side and everything. So
Cool.
yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah, man.
Nice.
Okay, so blast beats in every genre?
Every genre?
That's what
one.
that title is.
Every genre?
This better not
Yes.
be clickbait or else I'm leaving.
It's not. We're going to do it. It's going to happen today. And Ash, we're putting Ash in the scientific laboratory here at Drumeo.
Nice.
Can you put blast beats in everything?
Are you going to talk about these?
We are, yes. Thank you for the segue. I was just about to
Wow.
get into that.
I pet my beat all
Hydration
the
is
time.
key. They have the best
Don't look at me like
names.
that.
I'm just,
You're just-
Okay, so everybody, today we're going to be demoing these awesome lowboy beaters. Brandon, you are a lowboy artist, yes?
I am.
Does that make you a lowboy?
Maybe. I just can't get over Jared petting my face.
yeah.
So actually,
Very nice.
we can cut to the foot cam for a sec.
Yeah.
Ash is playing a Tama pedal right now that's wound out with a couple of lowboy beaters. These are running the felt impact surface. All of the lowboy beaters are made in the USA, which I believe is the USA. They're made out of maple. They come in every color imaginable, pretty close to that anyways. But they've got different kinds. So Ash is running the felt ones. Here I've got this is it's just a straight up
Straight
wood.
wood.
This is their lighter weight beater. You notice it's just less of, right? This also has their new burnished look. So it's all kind of charred, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And this is one of my favorites.
Same here.
This is their leather impact patch,
nice.
which is super cool.
So do you hear the difference in that sound, Brandon?
I actually do. Like, there's way more slap.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just do this now. I was going to do it later, but since you've already flung a beater over to our good man Ash here. So these beaters have the best names ever. So that one is called the Fluff Daddy.
Ooh,
Nice.
Anybody want to guess what this one's called?
The Leather Daddy.
It's the Leather Daddy.
No way.
It is.
Nice.
That's right.
Well done.
Leather Daddy bass drum beater, everybody.
Okay.
There it is.
What are the
There's
other
your
ones
name,
called?
everybody. Woo! Leather Daddy. Jeremy over at Lowboy, he's a great man. And we've got some other cool swag. Someone is going to win all this stuff. All of the
nice.
Drumeo member is going to win all of these beaters to
that's-
try all kinds of cool things. Cool.
What's this, Kyle?
Yeah, so to assist Ash in the rapid beater selection he's going to have is this thing. This is called a power switch, I believe. Yes, power switch. And this is a really cool piece of kit. So if you have a bass drum pedal, you probably do if you play drums. Normally it's a drum key operated tightener there. This replaces it and is spring loaded and has a little handle there.
Does Lowboy make that?
They do.
Smarty pants.
And they are. And it comes in different thread sizes. So this one in my hand is for like a drum workshop pedal. I've installed one on that Tama pedal there. So Ash, if you want to change out that beetle, let's try the Fluff Daddy and see how that sounds.
I've never tried this before.
That's the whole idea. This is an unbiased test.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
How did that feel? Give us the play-by-play.
Well, I literally never tried it, and it literally took me 2 seconds.
You did figure out how to do it. It's a good sign.
No
Yeah.
key required.
We're not done yet, though. We have no beater back on yet.
No key
so
required.
there we go. All right.
Yeah. Hey, man, I get it. It works.
Let's hear that Fluff Daddy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So just that. Yeah. I'm literally A being right here. Nice and soft.
One of my favorite things about you, Ash, is your absolute desire to learn and love all music.
Thank you.
Every time we hang, there's a speaker somewhere, and there's some playlist, and every time I'm like, what are we listening to? And you're like, oh, it's this really rad
Don
Bulgarian.
Caballero.
It's Don Caballero. Yeah, it's this really cool Bulgarian band. Maybe you should check it out. You know?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
surprised Sergio hit me to Dirty Shirt and it wasn't you. So you know,
True.
Do you like Balkan music and metal? Yes, I do. As a matter of fact. Well.
That's one of the things I like about you, Kyle. You know your stuff.
All right, so that is the Fluff Daddy. Let's compare the Leather Daddy now, shall we?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
The one thing I will say that I find a challenge with these, the quality is amazing, the colors are cool. It's a single-sided surface, no matter how you look at this. I know it looks, and I like the look of it because it looks like something that's going to go really fast. It's like a cartoon hammer, you know? You can play a bass drum with this, but it will obliterate your bass drum head.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what else is great? You can also test your reflexes with this thing too.
Nice.
Yeah.
They sell to doctors
little worried.
as
Yeah.
well as drummers.
That's right. Yeah, mine are not working. See? It's not working.
Oh dear.
No. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. I hear that slap you're talking about there, Brent. Yeah. Slap.
It's got a nice
Yeah.
bite
Yeah,
to
it
it.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, one more.
Nice.
We try one last one here.
Okay.
So this is straight up wood. I think it's just a wood beater. They don't have a wood daddy.
The
that
wood
would be really
daddy?
dangerous to call it that. You shouldn't call it the wood daddy.
I mean,
Questionable.
you got to stay true to the naming structure.
You're right. The Maple Daddy?
We've done that here on Musora to our best of our abilities.
It's true.
Except
Until
for
piano.
Pianote.
Piano.
Piano.
Piano,
Piano.
it didn't really work.
Yeah, this one is really cool. Now, Brandon, since you're here,
Yeah.
you have a whole selection of these.
Mm-hmm.
What do you prefer? What do you like best?
I use mostly the leather or the
Okay.
felt.
And do you like this lighter weight one? Or?
Just the normal.
Yeah, I have to say,
Yeah.
I tend to prefer a little bit heavier bass drum beater. How about you? Are you picky about your bass drum beater?
Yes, the weight really does matter.
Okay.
So I don't. You remember those Tama came out with those really small-headed beaters? I didn't like those. I just like usually the normal, round, traditional beaters.
Yeah.
But I'd like to try these.
And how about you?
I mean, these feel pretty cool. This leather one feels good.
Are you picky though?
I am. Like, so I agree with you on the Tama one that they came out with, that they were kind of like thin, like barrel shaped or whatever. I didn't prefer those. I think I prefer the pearl beaters, funny enough.
Those are all right. They're a little
the quad
heavy
beater.
for me.
Yeah. That's I like that sort of heavy
Because
swing.
you want it to like bounce back. as fast as
Yeah,
possible.
and like whatever the force that I initiate with the ankle motion or whatever, I want that to have a little bit of extra oomph behind it. So I
So it's easy for you to just switch and play blast beats like at a high tempo with some other random beaters.
I think so, because like if your muscles are kind of like dialed in, like the reflex and everything like that, it shouldn't matter all that much. I mean, but tonally you'll get a different result, that you might not like. So that's why I would choose like the hard plastic ones.
Yeah.
Personally, but in terms of the actual like notes you'll get, they should be the same.
Do you use triggers with your band?
I do.
And so do you think the beater, then you want a beater that, you don't want that fluff one, right? You want something that's more sharp, like a wooden beater almost, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, I use the hard plastic side of the pearl ones on my Tama pedals.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, let's try
So
this
it's the
wood
Wood
one.
Daddy. Bravo.
Well done.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like the snap of that. The leather one I think I like the best.
Yeah.
But they're all pretty cool. I even though I don't play metal, I do like a little more zip out of the bass drum quite often.
Yeah.
So especially from the player's standpoint, because if you're playing acoustically, having a plastic or rubber or something with more bite to it, you get more of that top end off the bass drum from your playing position.
Yeah.
And I like that because then I know I don't need any in the monitor, or if there's no monitor available. And I don't think I've ever had a sound man say, there's too much attack on your bass drum. They just
Right.
Right.
I'd probably, if I was going to use these live, it would be either probably no surprise to anybody, but the leather one or the wood one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Are we giving those away?
We're giving the whole set away with the toque, the hat, the beer cozies, and Jack's got it in the control room. Surprise, surprise. There's a bottle opener in there as well.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they've taken the head of the beater and they put a little bottle cap opener on it.
It's a bottle daddy.
Bottle Daddy! Yeah, but if you're curious about Lowboy, check them out. I think they make great products, personally. They are in that premium price range for sure. A very basic, non-multicolored one is about, I have my notes here.
It's like $30?
About $30. They can go up to even getting close to $100.
Yeah.
Because you can get laser etching and stuff, all the multicolor choices. But, I think we all just kind of discussed this, and I think we all care about what beater we're using.
Yeah.
I know I do, and why not have one more cool piece of gear? That the one of those that you got there actually matches both of my drum kits. The orange and the orange and gray
yes.
one. I have both orange and gray drums. So yeah, it's not for everybody if you're looking for just something that's inexpensive. But if you want to have that extra customized thing, they're great. These things, I think these are really cool. A lot of drummers go, well, hey, I never took my beater off. Why would I need that? Depends, because if you travel a lot, like certain pedals, it's easier to take the beaters off to put it in a case, that sort of thing. If you're running a quiet kick, for example, like that up there, you might want to change the beater out, right? You probably have a drum key close by, but half the time you don't. You put this in. I will say, when I put the power switch on that pedal, it was a challenge because to get it on
Threaded properly.
took a bit of time. It took some patience and some focus, but I got it on there and it's great. It's small enough to do the job. I don't know, like leverage wise, if it's as strong as a drum key, but I don't think it would slip.
It doesn't feel like it's gonna slip.
Yeah, it's really well made.
it's
Really well made.
yeah.
Is that patented?
I believe it
It
is.
seems like it's something that should just go on every pedal.
I agree.
So you don't
Yep.
need the drum key anymore.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. It is one of those things you're kind of like, why is nobody doing this?
They had something, I forget what it was, but something similar like on bikes. I think that's a lot of the bikes now, they always come with quick release.
That's true. Yeah. And the other thing I'll say, when I was talking to the folks at Lowboy, is the other challenge they have to deal with is currently there's 3 different protocol for size.
Okay.
So this fits Drum Workshop, that fits those pedals. If you play trick pedals, that's get another one.
Yeah.
Right? So that's another bit of the game with that. These sell for about $15. But I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would probably use that. So
Yeah.
we'll give that away at the end. But now,
What are we gonna make Ash play?
so I have 4 mystery tracks prepared for you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. They're all Revocation songs.
Yeah, I made it really easy.
Karaoke version.
Do you know your own music? So, talking about we were talking earlier about you being a fan of all kinds of styles. I think you've got a pretty good sense of how you might want to take a blast beat and bring it into a different style of music. As a matter of fact, have you ever done that before? I don't know. Maybe you have.
Okay. What's the preface I would say? I would say just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know? So
The Jurassic Park theory.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so if you're genetically engineering dinosaurs or blast beats into pop music and you're playing God, then don't be surprised when the blast beats become self-aware and destroy your pop gig.
And there's our quote for the week.
There's my Jeff Goldblum warning
That's
to all
right.
you guys. But you know what? I will say that like putting practicing blast beats along to music that's not metal is a good thing if you're trying to get better at blast beats, because a lot of the times like the quarter note is pretty well defined in pop music. And then it's also a little bit more halftime. Odds are the pop songs aren't at 220 beats a minute, they're at 110. So if you want to practice that, you just go twice as fast, and then there's more of a melody for you to like latch onto.
Yep.
And it's a little bit better of an outcome for you to practice that way, because you still want, even though like blast beats are like metronomically, kind of a stiff thing, if you practice it to music that does have a melody, then your blast beats won't come out sounding so like, like so much like a typewriter. If you're playing like to ABBA, like you know what I mean? Then maybe when
I'm glad you sang that, because that keeps us free of copyright, so that worked out fine.
Yeah. So, but to answer your question though, like, I mean, first of all, I haven't done too many pop or funk gigs or whatever, and I haven't put too many blast beats in them or anything like that. But yeah, it's possible, but I would say in short bursts and stuff like that. But like I said, it's probably better to just practice your blast beats along with pop music.
All right, well, let's find out what we
Okay,
can do with this.
let's find out.
But just before we do that, Jared, do you blast at all? Blast beats?
I've seen you.
Yo, do you blast beats, bro?
I've seen you.
I can't really blast. So, no.
Brandon?
There's more to
No.
life.
No?
I used to a little bit back in the day, but I haven't in like years.
Yeah, it's a totally new idea for me.
There's more to life than just blast beats.
I don't know.
Don't tell my metal friends.
You want to pass me?
They'll call me a poser.
Pass me that trio of daddies, and I'll put them over here.
Nice.
We get the trio of daddy pack today.
Triple daddy pack. All right. So what we got 4 mystery songs. These are just some drumless play-alongs.
Okay.
So we're gonna just give you a completely open canvas. You've never heard these, I'm pretty sure. And we're gonna see what happens. So feel free to listen a little bit and then see what I think what might be fun is maybe play what you think suits the song, and then see if you can kind of creatively push that blast in there.
Okay.
Whatever works for you.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So Jack, when you're ready, if you want to cue up mystery song number 1, please.
Nice.
I think it works in that one.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like a little bit more of a slower one. It was I think like a 16th note triplet one. It's normally either gonna be like if it's that kind of tempo, then typically I'll go like. But if it's like, then I'll go. You know, that's usually it's either kind of like tempo-wise that would inform which one I'm gonna do. You know, and that one was kind of a slower, like just 8th note triplet, well, 16th note triplet, I guess. And I was doing it with 1 foot because that's kind of at the tempo where I would use 1 foot.
Okay.
And if I was gonna be going quicker, then I would switch over to 2. Usually there's like a bit of a, you know, a tempo threshold where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start to use 1 to 2, just so I can like basically get power out of it. You know?
Yeah.
So.
And the really dumb question I have to ask is there a situation where a slow blast beat works?
Oh yeah, totally. It's in
It's a really grungy, dirgy kind of
It's in a
vibe?
lot of like black metal songs, like.
That's considered a slow blast beat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
pretty slow.
What's the threshold?
Well, I guess maybe when it starts to sound like something else, like. That sounds like dun 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 dun. dun, dun. That's probably the threshold right there. You know.
Let that be heard.
We could
Whatever
quantify
that
it.
is.
Lord Ash has spoken.
Yes. Put that in the dictionary.
I love
Blast Beat
that.
dictionary.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one?
Yes.
So in the next one, let's see what happens. They're gonna get weirder from here. So
Oh, good.
Yeah, we set you up with one that I thought might be doable. I don't know what the next one. We'll see.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay, I like it. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm ever like, am I doing a blast in the middle of the riff? I can't.
Right,
really
I was gonna
listen.
say like a couple of things you did there. I was like, it's actually really hip. It's just like a very short space there.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like just that little like launch.
Well,
Super cool.
that short space would probably be the only acceptable place to do a blast beat in a track like that. You know? Maybe.
That makes sense.
You know?
That totally works. And, you know,
Yeah.
kudos to you for being able to absorb all this so quickly. I mean,
Right.
you know.
I think David Garibaldi would be like, I don't know.
Someone in the Drumeo chat is saying, pick and choose your battles, Ash.
Yeah, hey, I agree. I started off with that disclaimer.
Not Ash's fault. We are intentionally inflicting pain on him today.
Yes.
That's right. Somebody's got my iPhone on the other side of the cameras, and they're like, if you don't blast over funk music, we're gonna break this thing.
Not my phone.
Not my phone.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah, it's just funny in the chat, in the YouTube chat, a few folks are like, well, it would probably sound better without a blast beat. Okay, yeah, sure.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's my
But
opinion.
again, I think it's interesting because even just doing those little short pieces, I'm like, you know what? I can see value to that. I can see even taking like a fill idea from that. Why not?
Well, definitely. And I mean, part of like understanding what you want to be as a player is also understanding what you don't want to be or what you don't think will work in your playing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, how else are you gonna know if a blast beat isn't gonna work in these kinds of gigs unless you
try
it out. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Work for Louis Belson, kind of. He did solos where he's doing what constitutes a blast beat. You know what I mean?
You're totally right.
So
go
figure.
I think we all have our instincts as to what's going to work, and a lot of times those are the right instincts.
Yeah.
But sometimes someone else in the band's going to have an idea that you think is totally insane, and then you're like, "Oh, I would never play that." And then you try it, and you go, "Actually, that's exactly what should be here."
Sure. And what if it's solo time for the drummer and you're doing a funk gig? Like what has more like excitement to it than single strokes on the toms,
sure.
On the feet and everything like that. If you want to do a solo in the middle of a vamp or like whatever it is, you want to build up that excitement. Maybe blast beat is the thing to do it.
Well, I think that sort of level of excitement it brings to anything. It's like it suddenly makes you go. It's literally like supercharging whatever you're doing. That's why blast beat works.
Sure.
It's because it's taking whatever you're playing to that next either dynamic level or intensity level, right?
Definitely intense.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
I can't remember what these are, so. These are fun. Let's try another one. When you're ready there, Jack, this is Mystery Song number 3. Can It Blast?
Can It Blast? I love
Da,
it.
da, da, da. That's the best one yet.
Yeah.
That swung hard, brother.
That one I would say don't even bother trying to do any blues stuff, just blast. I changed my complete mind on everything.
It's kind of funny actually because you started with like that kind of nice shuffle vibe, and it's like, but it's not. You're just kind of deconstructing that idea and moving it to get the blast. It's not that different.
Totally.
Right?
Man, it's funny you mentioned that because like I was like literally just giving a lesson to a guy today over Skype, and I was telling him, well, have you done? He's like, I'm looking for some new ideas, making beats, and like we've gone over blast beats a bunch or whatever, and he's getting better and whatever. But I was like, well, have you done shuffles? Because maybe we haven't done too much like triplet based kind of stuff or whatever. And he likes Revocation's music or whatever. So I was like, well, I thought I'd get my foot in the door by teaching him shuffles and then using it as a teachable moment to like be like, well, this song that you like by us, that's actually like a shuffle-based type of thing, right? So I started explaining him, the Purdy shuffle, the Picaro, Rosanna, all that stuff, and getting his foot in the door with the one and whatnot. So and then, but yeah, we got. I'll play a couple of these beats actually that they're off of a Revocation stuff or whatever, and. Just sort of show you, even though it's not necessarily on the topic of blast, it's still on the topic of taking something that is like, like atypical to the genre and like putting it in, That's a Revocation beat.
Cool.
Sort of foundation,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it it can work a lot of different ways. So I don't know how I got on that point, except that like like how shuffles can actually be used to like make something heavy.
Totally.
And who knows? In reverse order, maybe a blast beat can make your shuffles kind of sound cool, like they just did with that surprise track,
We got to put you and Tony Coleman in a room together and have you guys jam that too now.
So you're basically recommending that a lot of new young blues drummers blast.
Actually,
blues gig.
not only am I recommending that, I think we should,
require
abandon all other forms of teaching and just teach blast
We're
beats.
making notes. We're making notes. Adam Block on YouTube had a great point. He says, there's a quick blast beat in Hey Man, Nice Shot by Filter. There is.
Oh, is there? Yeah, that's a good song.
It's pretty subtle, but there is.
Yeah?
And it's like, I don't know if the drums are actually doing it, but the way the mix sits and the way there's like a loop playing, it does give that sort of. It's just like Filter's like biggest hit.
I haven't heard that song in a while, but
You know the tune though, I'm sure.
definitely hit. When will you learn that one? Yeah.
Yeah, oh frick, I can't even put it in my head right now. But yes, that's that do
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Right.
And it does have in the bridge, it goes where there's a guitar riff. Sorry, did I just exclude everybody there?
Oh, we just got shut down on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not from me, unlikely. Just because it sucked, that's why. All right.
One more song?
We got one more.
right.
I don't have a clue if this is gonna work.
I hope it's got a spicy Latin flavor that I can blast over.
Let's find out. Mystery song number 4. Can it blast?
Can it blast? Oh. Pop, 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 pop.
Criminal.
Okay, you're a good sport. My favorite part of all of that was your body language is
Keeping it low.
nice and mellow.
You're so relaxed. You're just floating above it.
I'm looking on the camera to see the angle of your face. It's like, oh yeah.
So Ace Automation on YouTube calls that the Bossa Blast.
The Bossa Blast! That's what I'm saying. We're pushing the envelope here, you know?
We rip the envelope apart.
Yeah.
I kind of like the cross stick thing. I mean, I can't think of an example of a cross stick blast.
Oh, yeah, like, okay. It works.
That does sound pretty like a typewriter or something, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Pretty cool. Well, man, thank you for being such a good sport about that.
Hey, I knew it would work.
So, yeah, aces all around.
Nice.
I don't know. I mean, there's something interesting out of all of that. I mean, yeah, it's silly, sure, but I mean, what the heck, you know?
Well, if you want to explore your options in music, that's definitely something that, you know, I definitely don't have too many people from different genre gigs asking me, hey man, like what do you think if I put a blast beat in, you know,
Right.
or what would you, like no one's really asked me that before, you know, so this is kind of, this is kind of like cool.
I guess we found out why.
Well, you know, it's kind of cool to explore.
Drummer Jane says blast with brushes.
Oh boy.
That'd be like really bringing it down.
It's just more, it turns into like a whisper.
You switch to the old where is it here? The Fluff Daddy.
Yeah.
And then this.
Yes.
I tell you what,
How would Buddy Rich have blasted?
tell
Or
you
Gene
what.
Krupa?
give me
Or Baby Dogs.
give me the felt daddy there if you'd
Felt
be so
Daddy.
kind.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Felt Daddy.
Let's see what'll. Okay. Let's see. No, I like this one better. Okay. There we go. Nope. Sort of. Okay. Well, from that experiment, I would say maybe consider doing a feather-tipped drumstick. What
Oh, I like that.
do you think about that?
Yeah,
Now we're
I'm just
talking.
thinking like if we had a situation where we could give you like a jazz drum kit, the wide open bass drums. We might be sitting here going,
Ambient
"This is actually
floating noise.
really, yeah, that's true. Yeah, it would become like almost like some of that like high level ECM style
Yeah.
music.
And a new genre is born.
I like it.
It's that easy.
But again, then we could say, hey, but this was born out of blast beats.
Born out of fire.
That's right. That's
right.
That's great. In other words, you're fired. That's so funny. You know what? Let's give some stuff away. I like giving things away. Jared, do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
You're primed for something there. I can see something's going on.
No. I was just blocking spammers from the chat.
Let's
Okay.
let's give away all your guys' home addresses to people.
Nice.
Yeah, or Dave Atkinson's. Give away his phone number.
He'd probably love it.
We usually do.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Everyone can feel free to text Dave right now.
What would that number be?
604.
Oh no.
897.
Oh, no.
0199.
Oh no.
Tell him that Ash says hi.
Oh no. Please don't tell him that. He just had a baby, and he's gonna.
He'll love it.
He loses on sleep enough as it is.
We have the ability to put text on screen. I'm surprised we don't have a hot button
should flash.
for Dave's cell number.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm sorry, man. That one was all my fault. I really didn't mean to.
It was his fault.
Adam Blocks is Kyle's reaction is slow it down and put some Sade music over it.
Oh yeah.
You could do like some lovers rock blast beat. That
Yep.
would work. Yeah.
Well, there's immediately when you sort of suggested this pitch for the episode, I thought I went to ABBA in my mind,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Was that getting repetitive?
No, I was singing
Musical.
along. Hold on. We're missing an obvious winner here.
Yeah.
Disco Blast. What's a disco blast?
Yeah.
Show me a disco blast. Bring it.
What is a
You
disco
gotta
blast?
open it up.
Like. Oh my God, I can't do it. Wow, that's how much you're challenging me right
See,
now.
we came up with something. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna put it in the laboratory and see if we can develop the disco blast.
And then
no.
Ash will get the gig.
Ash will get the ABBA gig.
I'm
Yes.
such a failure. I can't even play a disco blast.
I can't even play disco blast.
You're not gonna get the gig now.
Oh man.
Whatever gig that might. Talk about a narrow category.
Yeah. That was perfect.
You're like-
can you disco blast?
You're like Revocation. Too mainstream. I need to go even narrower.
Are we gonna give these away?
We're gonna give away all of these daddies.
Why does someone need so many beaters?
Varieties to spice of life, Jared.
Okay.
How many beaters do you own? I bet you don't even know.
One,
I bet you have lots.
2 or 3.
Probably has a lot.
I think it's a lot.
He's probably got like 20 FP9s in that room.
That's possible.
How much,
So let's
which ones do
show
you
them
want?
off.
Which ones do you want? But you want all of them? Because then I'll be
yeah.
I'll be beaterless.
Yeah, only two of these. No, you're good there. You're good.
Okay.
So yeah, we've got. It's like a bouquet.
And this
Look
thing?
look how pretty these are, everybody. They're so colorful.
Wow.
Yeah, and this rad toque.
That's cool.
Yeah, hopefully whoever wins this is in a cold climate. We're gonna give away this awesome prize pack and two of the power switches.
Switch.
And that rad hat. Oh, that's it right there. We're gonna give this away to one of our members. And those of you on YouTube, oh yeah, there it is. There it is. I love it. We are going to give away a 1-year membership to someone on YouTube as well.
Nice.
What?
Right on.
Yeah. Because whoever gets that YouTube membership can help us.
Give that away too.
They can help us. No, they're gonna help us develop the disco blast.
Nice.
All right, let's have a quick look here.
Coolers or the
The beverage
called?
koozies.
Yeah.
Koozies. Yeah, right.
I hate that word. It makes me nervous.
Koozie.
It's like moist. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Are they getting this as well?
Yeah, this is it's not just a really cool looking thing. It's also for opening your beverages.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even know how to use one, see? Shows how many things I open with it.
You're a big drinker, hey, Kyle?
Hello? All right. Drumeo member. I need a blast beat.
That's not a roll, but. Okay.
Sierra Cascade, you have won this awesome Lowboy prize pack. Please contact me at krad@drumeo.com and pop up in the chat. I want to make sure you're there. See if you're out there, Sierra, to say hello in the chat. But email me at krad@drumeo.com. We'll send you all these really cool beaters, this hat,
Nice.
the other hat, this bottle opener,
The koozies.
and I don't know, maybe something else. I don't know. So yeah, so Sierra, please email me krad@drumeo.com when you get a chance. All right, let's give away a 1-year membership, much to Jared's chagrin.
Oh boy.
To someone in the YouTubes. Let's have a quick look here. Let's see. Jared, pick a number between 1 and 5.
4.
I didn't know you could count.
Thank
that
you.
high.
That's
That's as
perfect.
high as I go.
Okay. Fabrizio. On YouTube. Fabrizio, if you're still out there, you have won a 1-year's membership to Drumeo.
Wow.
So email me at krad@drumeo.com. We will get you sorted out ASAP, but you have to pop up in the chat there, Fabrizio. So if you're still out there, please let us know.
Come on, Fabrizio.
Let's go.
It's slow because the YouTube
Is that?
the
That's
delay is out there, so you know. It's,
You should teach me how to do blast beat. And tell me what I suck about at it, like if I'm off or something.
I don't have that much.
Fabrizio, you out there? We gotta see you.
We almost need a countdown.
I know. I don't want to do that.
I thought I just taught you how to do a blast beat.
I wasn't really paying attention.
I wasn't either. I just blacked out, actually.
Just blacked
What am I
out.
doing here?
All right, Fabrizio, you've got. I'm gonna give you Jared. You like to do a countdown for these? Fabrizio, we haven't seen you here yet.
Okay, next.
Oh wow, there it is.
Done.
All right.
All right, countdown from 10.
Good thing.
4, 3.
That's so good. I had a backup. Where's the backup? Where'd it go? There it is. Toby1 Kenobi. Oh, great name.
Great name.
On the YouTubes. Please pop up in the chat.
Toby says this stream was a blast.
Oh! You've won a 1-year membership to Drumeo. Email me, krad@drumeo.com, and we'll get you set up with a 1-year membership.
All right.
Nice.
Awesome. Ash.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's plug the band one last time, shall we?
Okay, yeah, the band is Sheryl Crow, and I'm Sheryl Crow. Nice to meet
It's
you.
one word with a period at the end.
Yeah, that's-
Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, that's right. The band is Revocation, and we're on Metal Blade Records, and we got a new record out called Diabolical Majesty. No, that's the song. That's one of our songs. It's called Nether Heaven. That's the name of the record. Song, Diabolical Majesty. And that's, surprise, got a lot of blast beats in it. So
No kidding.
maybe you'll enjoy that one.
Nice.
And if they want to follow you, where do they find
I'm
you?
on primarily Instagram at Ash Revocation. And yeah, I post videos that I make, some playthroughs and stuff, and just, I do lots of traveling with my band, so I'm posting, about some of my travels. I'm gonna be in Europe in January, February, and then in the States in March and April, so it's gonna be a long time away from my comfy bed, but it's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out today. We'll be back next week. Join us next week. We are demoing a brand new drum kit.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Talking about all kinds of other stuff here on the drum department. Those of you in the members area, hang out. We're going to come right back and answer your questions. Take care, everybody.
See ya.
See ya.
Cheers.